Hi quilters, it's Stacy with Sew Steady, and we are so excited to be hosting our first week of our holiday gift guide. And that includes 6 weeks of deals and giveaways. This week we're kicking it off in our big way with one of our most loved Sew Steady accessories, which is our 2-arm suspension system. It comes in a cute little box like this, but you're getting 2 big arms like you see right here to be able to add to help you and give you support in your sewing room. That's right, that's buy one, get one deal on the 2-arm suspension system, which equates to 4 arms in your sewing room. This is such an awesome tool for being able to do free motion quilting, ruler work, and everything else that you might want, including mending your dog beds or even embroidery. It's awesome for doing quilting with embroidery. This little clamp that you see right here clips onto your extension table, your counters, your tables. It's got 3 inches of gripping space with rubber grippers to protect whatever you're gripping to. Then you clamp it really easily to your extension table and etc. to be able to secure that arm. Once you do that, you're able to go ahead and clip your project right onto the arm. I like to keep a loop in mind to be able to keep it extra secure. It helps with the weight a little bit, but this is awesome for doing all of the things that I mentioned, including even binding your projects if you're a quilter. So how does it work? Earn bonus giveaways when you sign up, and every time you sign up you're able to go ahead and enter for each of the week's drawings. Make sure to like, comment, and share for bonus entries, and if you choose to purchase the deal, you get one more bonus entry. Whether you're purchasing from one of our dealers or one of our popular resellers online, take advantage of that opportunity. Every week we're going to ask you to tune in for our next week's deals, and you're going to find out who won the deal of the week last week. So please join us as we celebrate our 6 weeks of holiday deals and our gift guide, and make sure to tune in for your next week's.
Well, good evening. And here we are, Tuesday night, and we have Quilting with Kathy, and Ken is in the house tonight helping me out. I love it when he's here. We've got Charlene from Colorado. Good evening, Charlene. So good to see you. And Jean Brooks, it's afternoon out where in the West Coast where you are. And there we go. Cactus Deb is here from Arizona, and Carla from a windy Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You know what? It was so windy here yesterday. We just couldn't believe it. I thought for sure we were going to lose the last few leaves off of the trees, but we still have a few holding on. And Mary Lou from Western New York, so good to have you here with us. Kendra's here from Ohio. I love it when Ohio people come in because it's the only time I can sing and get away with it. Oh, Linda, good morning from Brisbane. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And Linda, my buddy from Ravina's here. So good to see you. And if any of you haven't noticed, I think did you post your purses on Westerly by me, Linda? If you haven't, you should. Beautiful work, beautiful. Maureen is here from Kansas. Hi, Maureen. And Monica from Durand, Illinois, just south of us. And I got 2 puppies deciding they're going to play over here. Oh, let's talk about what we're going to do, what we're going to look at tonight, guys. I am excited about this one. This is the Wreath 2 with echoes. You could get the Wreath 2 with echoes or without echoes. My suggestion, get them with echoes, because if you have them without echoes, you're going to wish you had the echoes. Okay. It's just the way it is. I know it's that way for me. Um, oh, Linda, you didn't. Okay. I get it, but it's still okay. Don't tell anybody. Or if anybody says anything, tell them I told you it's okay. Lisa's here from Sugarland. Welcome, Lisa. And I am going to go ahead and put the link in here. What this is it's a set of 5 templates. They go from real little to real big. We're going to do this tonight. I think that is so cool. It looks like a chrysanthemum, not a begonia, Ken. Ken believes every flower that comes into our garden is a begonia. And I have to kind of tell him, well, not really, honey, but Gallup, New Mexico. Oh, Pacola's here. Hi, Pacola. Good to see you. Ken recognized the Gallup, New Mexico for sure. It is beautiful country, isn't it? We've been through there. And probably one of the places I would like to settle if we ever left the Upper Peninsula because it is so pretty down there. And winters aren't anywhere near as long as they are here. No, no, no. So we have on our templates the first 3 we have our echo line on the side of the template. Okay. And then on the other 2, it is up on the top of the template. And we could do a lot of different echoes. We've got a lot of different holes in here to show us how to use these. We've got an inner and we've got a hole for the wreath. We've got outer echo pinholes, just a whole bunch of them. We're not going to be covering all of those tonight. We're just going to be doing some some basics with this. Jan's here. Hi, Jan. Nice to see you. Oh gosh. Uh, Nancy Blocker's here too. Okay. Jan says, taking a breather from quilting, a sample sandwich before I put it on the mat using Spinifex 11, 7.5. I love Spinifex 11, Jan. It is such a fun Spinifex to use, and it's really extremely versatile. I did a whole quilt with Spinifex 11, and no 2 blocks were the same. Linda, my Michigander buddy, good to see you tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take a look. I've got a couple different quilt sandwiches here. First one that I want to show you, if my fingers cooperate and I can grab it here. The first one I want to show you, we're going to use one of the smaller templates for this. Now, to do this template, you should have 16 reference lines. We are going to use a pin on this because it's made to be done with a pin. Okay, we call it a pin, but it's really a tack. And there we go, in from the right side, back in through the back side, and it works for me every time. Okay, I'm going to take, uh, yeah, I think we're going to do the 5.5 inch here. Well, actually, no, because I want to put the echo on it. So we're going to do the 3.5 inch. Okay. I don't know if I told you the sizes of the templates. We've got 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, and 11.5. Now we can make those sizes bigger and smaller because this is the outer echo only. Okay. So if you do some of the inner echoes, it's going to be larger. There we go. Okay. How are we going to do this? I'm going to show you. We have A, we have A1, we have B, and we have B1. I'm going to start at A, come all the way down to B, and back up to A1. And then I'm going to twist my template, and it's going to end, my foot is going to end up right at A again. Very easy template to do. Very easy. Okay. It's one of the ones that's really nice because, again, if you have like a 4 patch or something like that, you've got an open center. So it just makes life easier. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to pull my thread up. I'm going to move this wire. It doesn't work that way. I was hoping I could get it out of my way, but it's not going to cooperate with me. There we go. Okay, everything is wired here. Oklahoma. Armetta. Armetta is here from Oklahoma. So good to see you. Welcome. Okay, here we go. One stitch in place. Start at A. I'm going to come all the way around to B and back up to A1 to stop with my needle down. I'm going to get this guy out of the way here. There we go. All the way around. Now, when you come to B, I like to make sure that I've got my needle down, and then we're going to come back. Oh, I got to move this foot down just a little bit too. I was working on something else. Now, how did I know that? I knew that because my fabric was flagging. And yep, Ken says the needle was pulling the fabric up. He knows what flagging is. Honey, I'm so proud of you. He does listen to me. Right there, I'm at A1. Now I'm going to move. What is important that I have learned with this is sometimes I don't get myself right exactly where I need to be. So, what's important is to make sure you're lined up with this vertical center line. You see what happens if I move my foot all the way over and I wasn't lined up. I needed to be up a couple more stitches. Now I can go to my foot is at A and my vertical center line is lined up. If we don't do that, each one we're going to get progressively off of our lines, okay? Now this one isn't lined up perfectly, my stitching, and that's because I stopped and moved the template a little bit um, when I trimmed that thread off. That's all on me. And here we go. To go ahead and turn it around a little bit. I'm going to go to B. Perfect. Now I'm going to come back to A1. Again, making sure that I get up high enough to hit that A1, and I'm going to test it. And I could go one more stitch. Perfect. Now, do I have to move it back and forth like that? No, I don't. And I'm going to show you that next, okay? I'm twist my template. Going to come around. Perfect. Now I'm going to try and stop a little bit before A, but not too much, okay? Yep, there we go. So I'm off of this line just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I get that line in there correct. And I'm going to take that half a stitch so that I'm at A. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my next rotation. Keeping those stitches just a little bit shorter because we have a curve here. Don't forget to change your needles. I can tell you right now mine needs to be changed. I can tell that. I've been stitching for, I think, almost 2 days with the same needle, and I normally don't do that. But you can tell it's getting a little dull because my stitches aren't perfectly even. There we go, all the way to B, coming back to A1. Trust the template, guys. Sometimes I tend to not trust the template, and when I do that, I get myself in trouble every time. Yes, Ken said it's like trusting your compass. It knows better where you are than you do, right, Ken? And back up to A1. Whoops, gotta get it down. Oh gosh, got that one just exactly right on. I love it when a plan comes together, huh? Route we're gonna go. And we have started the 6 weeks, I think it's called 6 weeks of saving. We're getting ready for the holidays already. Can you guys believe it? Here it is, November, and we're starting to think about Christmas. And this week it is buy one, get one for two-piece suspension system. I love my suspension system. I really do. It helps so much. I just finished up some quilts not too long ago for my sister, and if it hadn't been for that suspension system, I think I would have probably had a lot more problems getting it quilted nicely. And it works, ladies, just so you know, not just for ruler work, but for long arm and for embroidery. I've got a set in my embroidery room too for when I've got big, big items that I'm putting under there. It just keeps everything up and off of my work surface so that I don't get a tugging going on, which is always a good thing. We don't want tugging. Okay, how we doing out there? Oh, we're doing good here. Making progress. Take your time when you're doing these designs, guys. You don't have to rush through it. Haste makes waste. Isn't that what they say, Ken? Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Oh, Joyce is here. Joyce is here from Fairfield, Arizona. Jan says she's still working on last year's gifts. Oh, I feel your pain, Jan. I really do. Di, you're here for a minute, right? Well, I'm glad to see you. Better for a minute than not at all. That's what I always say. Okay, let's see how we did here. Perfect again. You get to knowing where you need to be. It really does it does help you to bring it together with a little practice. And before you put a design on your quilt, I think it's a good idea to practice it on a quilt sandwich or a practice sandwich before you do it on the quilt. Um, Work out your bugs on paper or on a practice sandwich first. It's so much better than having to unpick a block on your quilt. How do I know that? Hmm? Oh, no, Jan, we're working with the Circles on Quilt Wreath 2, and we are doing the templates with echoes. We're going to do a couple different things tonight with this one. And I'm going to be honest, one of them I've not tried before. So it's going to be interesting, but I think you guys are going to like it. And it's a great way to fill up a big block. It really is. So I'm anxious to show it to you. I'm excited to show it to you, not anxious. I don't get anxious with you guys because you always give me so much grace when I make a mistake or mess something up. You're so kind to me. I appreciate that too very much. Okay, we're almost there, guys. We got one more to do. Oh, perfect. Love it. Oh, perfect. Oh, yay. I'm proud of myself, guys. We got it. I'm still going to come back up to A1. Consistency. Yep. Ken says uniformity, consistency. Absolutely. Now, isn't this just absolutely adorable? I love this. I love this template. I can see template possibilities. I don't know if Lee's here or not. Um, looks like sliced apples. Di, you're absolutely right. Could be a tart. Is that what they call it? I think so. All right. Now, one of the things I really want you guys to know, and I know I've mentioned this before, I've said it before, and I just want to reiterate it. When you see me working on a design like this, I have got an extremely high contrast thread on a light, usually a light color fabric, or white on a darker color fabric, white thread with a darker color fabric. The reason that I do that is because I want you to have a real clear view and vision of what's going on here. However, the one thing you got to remember is that every wiggle and wobble is going to show. Every little mistake you make is going to show. Although this one, which I was really concerned about, doesn't show that much now that we've got all the rest of them in. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and put my template back on the pin. If you notice, you cannot use this horizontal line as a vertical center for this on your reference lines. Where that is going to go is it is going to go right in between where the two lobes meet here. And we're going to do our echo from there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start at reference line 1. Pull my bobbin thread up. There we go. And don't forget when you're doing practice sandwiches, use up the ends of your bobbins. And Jan, you'll be proud of me. I've started with a full bobbin tonight. Okay, there we go. Taking that one stitch in place. Take your time. I don't know about you, but I'm not in any big hurry. And get that thread out of the way for us right now. Make sure that you have this line lined up where the lobes meet. And that if you have to adjust a little bit left or right, go for it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think to me, the important part is that little dip meets where those lobes meet. Okay, let's do this. Otherwise, this is going to just drag me down. There we go. Perfect. Now, if you get off, and I look like it looks like I may be off just a hair, go ahead and take that stitch forward or stitch backwards. If you need to do that, that's okay. You should be ending up on your reference lines. You're going to start on a reference line, end on a reference line. And as long as you do that, everything is going to look perfect. There we go. Oh, doesn't this look beautiful? Could you do more than one echo? Mm, this size does not have the holes to do more than one echo. Okay, let's keep going here. We're making quick progress of this. And I am carefully lining each one up. I'm really taking my time to make sure that it comes out right. Because that's what we want to do when we're stitching on a quilt. Put all the work into making the quilt. We want the quilting to be perfect on it, or as perfect as we can make it. Nobody's perfect. Okay, there we go. We're almost there, guys. We're over halfway. Could I go faster? Yeah, I probably could. But knowing me, if I go faster, I may also end up in the next block. And what I've got here is I've got a 4.5 inch block. So this gives you an idea. Okay, this looks like I need to take one extra half a stitch right there. Perfect. And I like to do this if I need to take an extra stitch or shorten it up. I like to do it on the top, just like we do it when we're doing our clamshells. It's going to not ever be noticeable there. Well, so what are you thinking? You like this echo on here? I think it dresses it up quite a bit, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. And look at there. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take this out. There we go. So, what do you think? Ken, what's your thought on this one? Ken says it's a beauty. Oh, we're getting affirmative likes. I think that's awesome. And you can see it wasn't a difficult template to stitch out either. Definitely not. So what we're going to do here, we're going to come in here and we're going to do the big kahuna here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make it look like a chrysanthemum. I'm not going to start with the one we just did. We're going to go just a little bit bigger to start with. And we could start with any size we want. just remember, the bigger you go, the less number of rotations that you will be able to do. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ken got a kick out of your crust comment, Monica. Oh, yeah, Linda Lombardo, I like this. She said the echo really adds a lot, and I agree with you. I really do think it does. It dresses it right up. Now, if you were doing temply, you could temply between yeah, with that outer ridge. I think that would be so strikingly beautiful. I really do. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start here with 5.5 inch. Okay. Now remember, we can go inside, we can go middle, or we can go regular. And we're going to go regular here on this. We're going to start at A, pull our thread up. Okay, well, I thought I was going to pull my bobbin thread. There it is. I like to put my threads under the template. That's my way of doing things. We all have our own way, and none of them are wrong. Oops. Okay. Little off the template to start with there, all the way to B, and back up to A1. Make sure your needle is down. For those of you who have the luxury of having a needle up, needle down function, please engage it. And here we go for our second rotation. Remember, this is built on 16 rotations. This template does not work on 8. There we go. Trying to get right over the top of my template here, but I have a camera I'm trying to look around to. Yeah, up we go. Oh yeah, perfect. Get those guys out of the way there so I don't end up knocking them on the floor, which is something we really don't want to do with our templates. Can it break a template? Yes, it can. I'm not saying it's going to, but yes, it can. Have I ever broken a template with a fault? Yes, I have. And I have to buy a new one. Mhm. There we go. I just speed myself up just a little bit here, guys. I'm not a fast stitcher. I'm not a fast eater. I'm not a fast runner. I guess I'm just slow. Slow-paced person. Huh? Ken says I'm half fast. Half speed, yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with where I was raised. We live in a small town, and it is a very laid back Midwestern town. And right back up to A1. There we go. Making progress, making sure I am lining this up before I worry about where my foot is. If I need to go back a half a stitch or a stitch, then I do. It's not the end of the world. Now, what I also want to point out is that you have an edged line here to make sure you're lined up properly, and edged lines here and here. So as long as your rotations are lining up on those lines, you know you're doing things exactly right. We go. Back up. There we go. Almost there, guys. Almost there. All the way around and back up again. Stop right at A1. Love it when I stop in the right spot. Now, I think this design that we're doing, it would be fun to start off with a very saturated color and keep moving up to lighter and lighter colors as we move out. I really think that would look pretty, especially if you had an ombre fabric. It would really show off the work. And that's kind of when I'm quilting, that's what I like to do. I like to show off the work. There's some quilts I'd rather show off the piecing, there's no doubt about it. When I have a quilt like that, what I normally do is I pick a color of thread that's going to um, basically not so much disappear, but it's going to be a good match to the fabrics that I'm using. And if I want the ruler work to be the star, I want high contrast. Okay, this is our last one. And perfect. And perfect. Okay, now I have to remember this, guys, because like I said, I've only done this one time, and that was on paper. So I'm going to put my next size template in. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it. Where I've got it right now, I I have it lined up on this reference line, which is number 16. And if you're not comfortable traveling, my suggestion is go ahead and put the other one back on. And we're going to come back to where we're almost there. Okay, I'm guesstimating here. So there we go. Okay. Whoops, wrong way. I came back just a little too far. No worries. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I should have stopped on my reference line. I'm sorry. I went too far. So what you're going to want to do is come back up and stop on that reference line. I'm going to come all the way across to A. Stop at A1, needle down. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my template just like I did for my first row. And now we're going to do a second row basically. Okay, all the way down, touch your first row. We're not going all the way down to B because that would make us overrun that first row. Stop at A1, rotate the template again. Move it this way because I want you to see it. We'll get a better view of it. All the way down to row 1, stop, back up to A1. And what you're going to notice is each time we're hitting the reference line here. And that's why we need to start at that reference line. All the way around. Back to reference, or back to A1, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Isn't that cool? I think I like this. I think this is so cool. Again, I know I always seem to come back to template, but whenever I'm doing a design, the first thing that I look for is an opportunity to template. I just like template. Here we go. Whoops, went way past where I should have been. Sorry. I was listening to my dogs outside barking. They're not behaving. Stop at A1. You'd have to tell yourself that's okay. Okay, this time I went just a little too far. No worries. I'm just going to come back a stitch. There we go. Now we got it. Right where it's supposed to be. A1. I'm going to stop there. So you can see how fast this is filling up a nice sized space. Okay, so I want to show you what happens when you need to make a little adjustment. And there it is, right there. So I'm just going to pull that down. I was off of my center line, off of my rotation, my reference line. I'm just going to pull it over, and you will see no one will be the wiser. Okay, just got a few more to do here. And almost to the end. There we go. You can smush. Smushing is allowed. I'm all for smushing. All for smushing. There we go. Almost there. Stop again. A1, needle down. We only have 2 more to go. My needles all the way down, and you'll see that my previous rotations are lining up perfectly. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go back to my reference line. And I'm going to end with my needle down. I've done that because I'm going to put another row on here. Okay, let's see. We can pull you in. There we go. Now you can see a lot more of it. What do you think? Isn't that cool? Oh, okay. Let's see where we're at. Thank you, Linda. Maureen asked the question, what do you mean by inside, outside, or regular? You're referring to which hole to use. Yes, I was, Maureen. And if you look here, you have the top one. Let me go ahead and grab this one. The top one here is your outer echo pin locating hole. Okay. Then you have an inner echo pin, and then you have the pin hole for the wreath. The one for the wreath is the one that you're going to use to do what we just did. The other 2 are literally for echoing inside or outside of the rotations. So if I put this on the outer, that's the inner echo ring right here. These 2 are inner echo rings. So what's going to happen is I'm going to end up coming like this and do an echo on each one of these. We're going to come up and down and back up. So that is the echo lines that we're talking about. You can do the outside as well. Where did it go? I don't get that. This says it's the outer echo pin, inner echo pin, and inner echo pin. They all look like they're inner echo pins to me, to be honest with you. Okay. I'm going to have to work that one out, Maureen. Let's take a look at the next size we've got. They're talking about this outer echo ring. That's what they're talking about. Okay. The top one is for this echo here. And then the two inner ones are for here on the inside. Let me pull that back again. This one is on the side. That's why I'm getting confused by it. So this is the outer echo ring on the 3 smaller size templates. It's making this echo here. I'll show you when we get this next one on how this will work on the next echo line. Okay, Maureen? Sometimes I confuse myself. Of course, I'm easily confused. Oh, just is the way I am. Okay. Now, don't want to be there. I want to be here. On this one, what we're going to do is we're going to come up and back. We're not. We're going to come over and back just like we did on the first one. Okay, so I don't have my center in place. So let's go ahead and move it till we got our center in place. I'm just going to do some free motion traveling here. There we go. It wasn't very far. I didn't have to go. And I know that you guys can do that. Okay, so we're going to come up, around. Okay, we're at A. We're going to come back down to A1. And this is the first one only now. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate. Perfect. And we're going to just continue up to A1. We are lined up. I just needed one more stitch there. A1, needle down. It's getting quite a bit bigger, isn't it? I'm going to put you back down so you can see the template, I hope, again. There we go. You can see just how quickly this is filling up a very large space. This is a 15-inch block that I'm working on. So it's filling it up quite nicely. Now, you also have the option when you have all of these rotations in, you also have the option of adding that echo on the last rotation, and that is going to dress it up. The echo is really quite easy to put in. And that's one thing that I really was amazed at. I was so nervous about getting that echo off, but it really stays exactly where it needs to be. The sizes are perfect. And as we say, trust the template. Every time I start second guessing things, it's like, okay, trust the template and you'll be fine. And I am each time. Leonie West is a lot smarter than me. She knew exactly what she was doing when she designed these templates. And who am I to question that, right? It's like, every time I do, I feel so inadequate afterwards. It's kind of like, okay, get yourself together, girl. There we go. Back to A1, needle down. And needle back to A1. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Couple more. This is a pleasure to work on this template. It really stitches beautifully. All right, we're so close. One more heel down. And here we go. All right. It's getting really big, guys. Hi, Betty. How are you tonight? What do you think? Is it getting cooler and cooler with each time we go around? And like I said, you'll see I didn't use the smallest one in here. You don't have to. You can start at any point you want. You could start with this one and work out too, any way you want. Okay, get this in here first and then put it on my pen. So let's see where we need to line up. You know, if you look, like I said, this is a 15-inch block. I don't have room to put the echo on here. I mean, I could, but I'm going to be coming so close to the edge, and I don't really want to try and do that. So let's see where we need to go here. Need to come over. I'm thinking I probably have to get on that reference line. So let's go ahead, take your time. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, I actually went a couple stitches too many. That's okay. All right, so now we're going to come over to A and back. And I'm going to get you guys in here so you can see better what I'm doing. How did I have you? Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys, I'm really liking this. Oh, I am so glad. Yeah, it is beautiful, Kendra. You're absolutely right. Okay. Again, there's our A1. Now, if you have a hard time seeing it, I have a lighter color fabric, and that's a light A1 here. So you can always put one of your arrows on there and help. That will help you to see exactly where you need to be. I'm probably only going to get through about half of this, guys, because we're really perfect. This is really big now. I think it gets faster with each time we go around and add a new row. Beautiful. I'm going kind of quick, so I'm not keeping those stitches as short as I normally would. And you can see it looks a little choppy right in here because those stitches are a little bigger. But, this is why they call it practice, right? Stop at A1, needle down. There we go. I'm going to do a couple more. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and try and add the echo on here. Okay. At least we'll get some of it on so you guys can see what it actually looks like in real, in, you know, not in theory, in reality. Up we're going to go. Almost there. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to put some of the echoes on top. Now, am I going to stop here? No. Consistency. I'm going to come back there, even though I'm not finishing it. Okay. Because that's just me. Okay. Mm, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to put this on this link in here one more time. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure we're so where I'm going to put this, I'm going to go ahead and put my pin on that first hole, the one closest to the design. That is going to be my echo pin. Okay, that's going to be my echo hole. Now, could you come here and do this? Yeah, you could. You could make it come out further. You could even do 2 echoes if you wanted, or 3, but let's start with the first one, okay? Come back here. There we go. Go, needle down, foot down, needle down. And here we go. Just like before, we're making sure that this divot is right where the two lobes of the design come together. Needle down. There we go. We'll get that out of our way. Okay, good. We got a good view here. My template is right here on the line of stitching for the last row. Right on those reference lines. We'll do a couple more. Hold down. Sometimes it takes a little bit of juggling with these old machines, and you know what? It's worth it. Okay, I'm only going to go that far. Now, the reason I'm only going to go that far is because, Maureen, let's try this out, okay? Here is our first, or what might be considered our inside echo. Even though it's on the outside. No, it is the outer echo pin. Now, I just for grins and giggles want to try one more thing here, guys. And that is, oops, I want to put it on the next echo, the next hole that we have. I know this is, okay, this is not going to work because it gets too far away from our reference lines. I just wanted to test it and see if it would work that way, but it doesn't. So this is what we've got. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to come up here. There we go. Loving this. Absolutely loving it. This is, yeah, that's Maureen. You and I were thinking the same thing. We were thinking the exact same thing. And yeah, if you could echo after the second round and then continue with the red round, that's a good question. It really is. And these are things that we get to play with. And that's the fun about this. We get to continually keep learning new things and coming up with different designs and just making it our own. And that is what makes this so much fun. Really, I love it. Oh, I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. You know, it means a lot to me that you take a part of your day out just to spend with me. And I appreciate it very much, my friends, very much. And I'm going to be here tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, we are going to take a look at hearts. Now, I could go on all day about hearts. Hearts were are one of my favorite. They're easy, they're fun, they're just a plethora of different designs we can make. We can make feathers with hearts too. It's amazing. It really is. So, anyway, if you liked what we did tonight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. That's always very helpful. You can do it on the So Steady YouTube channel, or you can do it on the 906 Quilting YouTube channel. Either way, it's fine by me. Um, Oh, you're not going to stay up till midnight, Linda. Linda says. Okay, Linda says, not sure if she will make it live tonight for Coffee with Kathy. Of course, it's morning where Linda is right now. Not staying up till midnight as you have put your clocks back. Yes, we have, Linda. Much to our chagrin. Most of the people who live where I live would like to keep the clocks the same time all year round. Definitely would like to. Oh, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And if not, until we meet again, let's quilt.